One of the most difficult things to do that e-government. It's not a pleasant thing to do, but it is very magnanimous of the PUP, and especially Senator Courtney, to be willing to eat his vomit for the benefit of the country.
That is how Senator Michael Peyrefitte characterized the Courtney-Bressenia government's trumpeting of an agreement with the Nature Conservancy TNC, which promises some relief from the onerous super bond that the PUPs themselves created the last time they were in office. The announcement comes after Senator Amon Courtney himself recently led the PUP attack against the original agreement with TNC, initiated by the UDP government.
The pronouncements were wild and passionate. He was busting something and was revealing some great act of treason by the UDP when he found this TNC agreement that gives essentially value to the country for conservation. They filed it as the worst thing that you could imagine a country could do, and all the giveaways and all the things that Minister Pat at the time was going to do, and all the things he waived and all the things he was giving away. So, Senator, I think you need to take one more magnanimous step. And I think you need to apologize to your colleague for the very rough things you said when this matter came up with the same TNC deal. Same thing you are using now, and it clearly shows from what we're hearing the Prime Minister saying about debt restructuring, that these things have value. Conservation has value. Now, if you are telling us as the PUP that you're taking something that we started and you feel like you need to fine-tune it, touch it up a little bit, make it even better, man, kudos to you, man. Congratulations to you if you're able to do that. But don't come to this National Assembly, blast an agreement that we entered into, only to have you come back a couple months later and come to this National Assembly like it is the greatest thing since sliced bread. You have to be consistent and you have to be measured in your criticisms of what the past government did without truly examining the circumstances surrounding what we did. Clearly, Minister Courtney, Madam President, had no knowledge of the value that conservation would pay in the debt restructuring, because he wouldn't have blasted this arrangement that the UDP entered into in October of 2020. Not only are they embracing the TNC agreement, they're doing more, which goes to show that a lot of what they do in the National Assembly is just grandstanding, because they know that many of the things that we did when we were in government were of extremely high value. And you know, you're sitting in open school now, and then you open building now. Man, the UDP building thing, you know, and nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with you smile up the minister, they cut ribbon and everything for UDP, for what UDP did. But at least show some respect and some appreciation for what we did when we were in government. And stop bashing things and then coming back and having to use the very same thing to help you out of a crisis or a situation that we may have.
Senator Peyrefitte did raise some questions about how much this government would eventually relinquish through the expanded agreement.
Minister Courtney maintains that we were giving away the farm for conservation. But here we are in the National Assembly looking at a bill for which we don't know how much we're doing, you know. The Finance and Audit Reform Act says we have to come here for anything over $2 million. But we can't know the exact figure of what we're relinquishing in exchange for these lands to be put in conservation. What is the value of that? What is the dollar figure? Do we have an idea of what those reimbursement costs, management costs, and acquisition costs will be? How much are we giving up?
Senator Peyrefitte nevertheless registered his support in principle for the agreement, which he says is generally good for the country.
This is a program and an initiative started by the UDP. It is being continued by the PUP, which is fine. It's what you're supposed to do. You continue good policy and good direction, man. Proud of you. But let not the government come here and pretend like they're coming up with something new, something ingenious. We applaud the effort. You're fine-tuning what we did. We support that. However, it is important that we point out once again the hypocrisy of the PUP.